Hi, everyone. Welcome to our Unwrap Success webinar. This is totally geared for those of you that are product-based entrepreneurs, but even if you are selling a service, you can use some of this and apply it to your business. So it's all about the holiday gift guide. My name is Rosalind Rice, and I will be taking us through our presentation for today. Just to let you know a little bit about the Miami-Dade Business Navigator Program, it is a cooperative agreement that is with the SBA, the Small Business Administration. The SBA Community Navigator Pilot Program was established with the American Rescue Plan Act in 2021. And we are the program is comprised of a lead hub, and there are different spokes. So the focus of it is to make sure that there are sustainable business practices for those minority-based businesses, such as veterans, women, socially and economically disadvantaged individuals. And these are all of the different spokes that are a part of this program: Ascendus branches, EDC, Miami-Dade Chamber of Commerce, Prospera, Startup FIU, and then also our SBDC. The focus, again, is very local focused, the community navigator, and assisting socially and economically disadvantaged businesses with consulting, mentoring, training. The reason why you are here is because of this program. So these are all of the different ways that you can connect with us. We also have Diana, who is on with us today, who at the end will give questions and answers. So if you have any questions, please type them into the Q&A box. And when we get to the end, we will answer those questions. This is a very interactive, we are a small group, but we are mighty. So let's get started. It's time for holidays. So imagine that it's a little bit cooler, the humidity has dropped, and holiday season is in front of us. It is time to unwrap success. I will let you know that each of you are entrepreneurs that are just ready to slay this holiday season, but there is a process for you to be successful. And I know that that is the reason why you are here. Just to let you know a little bit about who I am. Again, my name is Rosalind, and I have spent over 25 years working with large global brands such as Michael Kors, Emporio Armani, Tory Burch. I was a part of the buying team for one of the largest retailers in North America. And I absolutely understand the challenges that you all as business owners will face during this time of the year. The reality is retail merchants that are with large retailers, so whether it's Home Depot or Lowe's, they are already starting to place their orders for holiday 2024, right? Not holiday 2023, but holiday 2024, because they are ordering much larger quantities. So there's a much longer lead time for them to be able to get that product into the stores. So that's why you start to see, like almost in the middle of July, Halloween product being put out, or sometimes like in August or September, you see Christmas product being put out because they would have placed those orders back last year. But that is where there is an advantage for each of you, right? So retailers, no matter if that product is selling or not, these large retailers are kind of stuck with that product. But you, as a small business owner, the advantage that you have is that you have a quicker reaction time for your customers. So if there is something that is starting to sell well, if you're prepared, you get to take advantage of being very nimble and agile and being able to capitalize on that business. So here's a question for you. On a scale of 1 to 5, how important is it for you to sell products this holiday season? 1 would be, you know what, Rosalind, it's not really that important. Or 5, it is very important. So just put it in the chat. On a scale of 1 to 5, is it important for you to be able to sell more products this holiday season? Or maybe this is your first time actually selling products. So you can put either 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. Yes, Raquel, number 4, it's important. It's important that we sell product. You all are number 5. Yes, very important. So that's what we're going to talk about today. I want you to have some paper, be able to take some notes. Yes, Olga, I see you said number 5. It is very important for us to sell more products. It all begins with, this is a 2-part series, right? So for this first one that we're doing today, next Wednesday, we will do part 2. But I'm going to really focus on your time. And your time is at a premium during the holiday season. And I want you to think about, we only have 89 more days until we get to holiday. So what are we going to be talking about today? We're going to be talking about a holiday operational timeline. I want you all to walk away and see how you can build a timeline to keep you on track. The other thing is, some of you on here might be hiring family or friends, seasonal staffers, as we say, that are going to help you shine. So we're going to talk in part 2 about how do you train, motivate, how do you find these people that can really help you sell during the holiday season. The other thing that we'll talk about is product development that wows. So now what makes you so unique as a business owner is you get to unlock all of that creativity and design product that really will wow and be compelling for your customers. The next thing is, let's talk about pop-up events. Many of you will be doing pop-up events. How do you display your product? What is it that you need? So we're going to talk about that, but we're also going to talk about a go-to-market strategy. How do you get that product actually ready so that you're ready for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Shop Small Saturday, and obviously the December holiday season? So for today, we're going to really focus on the operational timeline, and you will see why we are spending an entire day just for one item. It all begins with you managing your time. There are only 89 days until Christmas, right? Until the holidays. So there is not a lot of time. You might think like that's a lot of time, but really time during this time of the year will start to evaporate. Sunday is already October 1st. So just for the length of this call, this webinar, I want you to kind of get rid of the belief that I don't have enough time, right? Many of us have said that. I don't have enough time to do, and you can fill in the blank. Maybe you don't have enough time to exercise. Maybe you don't have enough time to connect with your friends because you're just launching your business. You don't have enough time to sell your products and make the phone calls you need to sell them because you are an entrepreneur and your life feels like chaotic and time just gets away from you. But we're all given the same 24 hours in a day. No matter who we are, as different as we are on this webinar, whether you're watching it on the replay or you're joining us live, we all get the same 24 hours. And in fact, those 24 hours are actually 168 hours for the week. But why is it that some people are just more productive than other people? I want you to think about this, right? Just imagine, I've had someone say to me, Rosin, I know I need to work out. I feel so good after a sweaty workout, but I just don't have time. So many of us will start with having our phones next to our beds, and we're going to wake up, we're going to look at our email, we're going to start scrolling on social media. Maybe we have young children, our kids are screaming, and we got to get up and get them ready to get out the door. Whatever it is that you grab first is really going to set the tone for your day. You're going to take on the energy of that email that might be negative or that thing that you see on social media. But I want you to think about, if you said to me, Rosalind, I want to exercise more, but you're like, I just don't have time. And I said to you, you know what? What if I give you $100,000 to be able to exercise? Would you find time to exercise if I said, you know what, I know this is what you want to do. I'm going to give you $100,000 to start exercising. Would you start exercising? I'm sure the majority of us would say yes. We would schedule our day. We would move things around. Yes, right? Oh, good. Like, yes, we would find a way for us to be able to start exercising so that we could get that $100,000. The reality is, it's not that you don't have enough time. It's what are you making a priority in your everyday life, right? So it's not about not having enough time. It's just about what are you making a priority? We all have the same 24 hours a day. We all have the same 168 hours. But the reason why some are more productive than others is because they understand the priorities that they should have. So as we prepare for holiday, and maybe this is your first time that you are doing your business during the holiday season, let me tell you, it gets chaotic. You are creating content for social media, you're answering the phones, you're responding to email, you're selling, you're spending time with your family. Some of you are exercising, you might be volunteering, you're shipping out products, you're launching email campaigns, you're developing your product. For some of you, you're actually manufacturing your product. Or if you have food that you're selling, you're actually baking or making that. There's a lot to do. But here's the first thing I want you to think about. When are you most productive? When is it in the time of the day that you feel you have the most energy? Is it in the morning? Are you a morning person? Maybe it's in the middle of the day, like your brain needs a little time to wake up. So from like 12 to 4, it's like the middle of the day. Or are you an evening person? For whatever reason, you just come alive in the evening from like 7 on. You're like just on it. When are you most productive? Let's put that in the chat. I want you to really think about, when are you most productive? I'll start with myself. I am most productive in the morning. I have the most amount of energy in the morning. By 8 o'clock at night, forget about it. I've hit a wall. So when are you most productive? You can put that into the chat. Is it morning? Is it midday? Or is it evening? So Gasolina, hey dear, she says, when time allows me, but morning and late night. So we all have, like, I call it your zone of brilliance. So this is when I would say you should be in your green zone. And we're going to talk about what that is. For me, like I said, it's morning. I'm going to use myself as an example. Olga, you said mid-morning after a good long night's sleep. Yes, yes, absolutely. So whatever it is where you feel most productive, that's your green zone. That's when you are in your zone of brilliance. Now I want you to think about, when is it that your energy starts to dip a little bit? And for me, my energy starts to dip around 3 to 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Normally that's when I try and go get a snack or get some water, or sometimes even take a nap, if I'm honest, like a 10-minute power nap. But I just start to kind of lose my energy a little bit in the afternoons. Rosangela, I love that you said, if I started, I'm able to perk up any time of the day. Well, kudos. Like, I love that. Whenever you feel like you've hit a wall, like you're just exhausted, it's not your time of the day, that's what you call your red zone. So you have a green zone, a yellow zone, a red zone. So let me show you how this works for me. I know after 8 p.m. I hit a wall. That is definitely my red zone. It is during my green zone, when I know that I'm most productive, when I know that I am in my peak energy, is when I do all of my deep work. This is when I come alive. I know it's when I'm most energetic, I'm most creative. That's when I do my deep work. This is not a time when I'm paying bills. This is not a time when I'm doing administrative work. This is when I am on the phone with clients, I'm closing deals, I'm sending lead generation emails, I'm writing content for social media, because I write a lot of content for social media. I'm doing research for my clients. Some of that is for some of you, and I'm sending sales proposal. Those are things that I do in the morning. And what used to happen is I would spend my time doing coffee dates in the morning. And then I would come home and I realized I've spent 2 to 3 hours burning right through my green zone of brilliance time. So my advice to you is to protect whatever it is that is your green zone. You need to make sure that during that time you are free from distractions. Now, what I do is I set my phone on do not disturb. Not even my mom is able to get a phone call into me. It's about 2 to 3 hours every day. She automatically knows on certain days from a certain time, no one gets a call into me because I'm in that green zone. I protect it at all costs. Sometimes it's 3 hours, sometimes it's 5 hours, depending on what I have to do. And even if you're in a business where there's an office, it's okay to let your phone go to voicemail. It's okay. It's okay. You don't have to worry that you're going to not have that client not book with you because it went into voicemail. I want you to protect whatever that green zone is so that you can be at your optimal peak performance. And the reason is because time is money. Time is money. And there are certain activities that I'm not going to engage in when I know I'm at my peak performance because time is money. Here's another thing. Don't allow people just to book time on your calendar the entire week. You can use online scheduling, whether it's Calendly. There's so many different systems that you can do to online schedule, Acuity, all different types, so that you're able to say from this time to this time, it's blocked out. No one can book me. From this time to this time, I'm wide open for my clients and I'm very, very focused. One thing that I like to do, and you're going to need this for holiday, you can batch time together. So think about the different tasks that you have to do. So if you're creating reels for social media, like Gasoline, I know you're always, you're creating reels. Find one time during the month to create 5 to 6 different reels. And then throughout the month, you're just having to post them. It's already done. Yesterday, I was on vacation, but I extended my vacation in this Airbnb and I made like 8 different videos that I will use from now through the end of the year. So it's done. It's already off my plate. So find time where you can batch a lot of activities together, maybe once or twice a month, so that you don't feel like I'm always on social media. There's a lot of social media schedulers that you can do. I do my social media for 2 hours every month. I schedule it out. You can use Canva. Canva is great for creating templates. It's also great for being able to schedule your social media. You can use Hootsuite, Lumenly, Sprout Social. There's so many different programs, just to name a few, that you can use to help you be able to schedule your social media. That frees you up to be able to do something else. All right. The other thing I want you to think about to put on your calendar is time to follow up. No matter where we go, whether it's a networking event, whether you're on a webinar, whether you're out working with your customers, there is always someone that you need to follow up with. So put it on your calendar when you need to block time to follow up. So for me, after a networking event, within 24 hours, assuming that it is the next business day, I am following up with the people that I met. I'm either connecting with them on LinkedIn, I'm following them on social media. Follow up, make the phone calls, send the emails, because that could turn into business for you. I want you to also think about who are people that can be great strategic partners for you. Who are people that can refer business into your company? So for instance, let's say I have a client that sells synthetic turf, and he has these strategic partners that just constantly refer business to him, whether it's a building developer, whether it's a property manager, whether it's a commercial builder, even the government, they refer business into him. So think about, if you have a business, who can you have as your strategic partner to refer business into you? So I know one of my clients is on the call, Yasleen. She creates custom wigs. A great strategic partner for her would be someone who is working with cancer patients that are going to be losing their hair, and they know that they need to have a wig. That is a great referral partner, or a cancer center for someone who is creating custom wigs. So the thing is, during the holidays, stop spending time on activities that have low value. If it is not driving you to sell more of your products, stop doing it, right? Because during the holiday, your time is at a premium. So I want to talk about why should we be prepared? What is the benefit? We've talked about time. I really want you to think about when is your peak productivity time, morning, midday, evening, and really start thinking about how you can restructure your calendar. It shouldn't be a free-for-all where you're just letting anybody book you any time of the day just because. You got to be very, like for me, I only see clients Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Mondays and Fridays, I'm working on other activities in my business. So be very structured with how you use your time because time is money. All right. So why is it important? The things that matter to your business should be mapped onto your calendar. And that's what I'm talking about. If creating social media content, reels is important to you, you need to put that time on your calendar. There should be a time that says, today from 2 to 4 p.m., I'm working on social media. Today from 5 to 7, I'm working on, put it on your calendar so nobody can book that time for you. All right. Now, why is it important for us to be prepared for holiday? One, from quality control. If you start early enough, you're going to be able to know how to ensure the quality of your products. This will allow you time to receive in whatever it is from your suppliers, can work on your packagings, your marketing materials. I just had a client who ordered a big shipment from overseas. And guess what? Even though she had been working on this order for a year with this supplier, they got it wrong. But she has time to get it corrected before the holiday season. So quality control is one of the reasons that you want to be prepared. It's one of the benefits of being prepared. The other thing is consistent marketing. Don't just all of a sudden start talking to clients when it's November and December. Talk to them all year long. So consistent marketing is going to help you be more successful. The other thing is staffing. If there is someone that you're hiring to help you, like staffing is, if the earlier you start, the better, the more prepared you are, okay? The other benefit is your online presence. You're going to be top of mind because you've been consistent in being on social media. You've been consistent on sending out email marketing to your prospective clients. The other thing is customer engagement. People are building trust with you. People are going to do business with you because they trust you. That's why your family and friends are normally your first customers, because they trust you. So the longer you have that consistency, you're prepared for holiday. I will tell you, it's very, very competitive in the marketplace right now. A lot of people are selling different products online. So getting organized is going to help you. I've been actually working with one of my clients ever since August, and we laid out an entire calendar for her to stay on track. And she said to me last week, Rosalind, this is the most prepared I've ever been. And that made me feel so good, because when you're prepared, it takes off some of the mental stress because you have a timeline. So when you think about holiday, remember, we only got 89 days until Christmas, and I have a calendar to show you some of the top events that happen during holiday. The most critical time of the year are those last 15 days before Christmas. And again, depending on your industry, but if there's something that you're doing from a gift giving perspective where you're bundling products together, like say you have a skin studio and you're bundling together the creamer and the moisturizer and the cleanser at a discounted price, you're putting them into this beautiful holiday packaging. The last 15 days, people wait to the last minute to shop for holiday. So the first thing I want you to do in regards to creating a timeline to be prepared, I want you to think about, when do you want to identify a date on your calendar that you want to start showcasing your holiday product. And I'm going to give you an example. Then from there, you work yourself back 6 to 8 weeks, and that's when you really need to start your planning. So let's put this into perspective. So let's say this is for holiday 2023, and I'm going to be selling candles, let's say. And I'm decided that on November 1st, I am going to start my showcasing of my candles. I have new scents for holiday. I have pumpkin spice. I also have this like cinnamon spice that I'm going to be showcasing. So I'm going to be breaking this out to my client, my customers on November 1st. But I'm going to do a soft launch on October 25th. So November 1st is actually a Wednesday. And here's a little fun fact. Most major retailers, whether it's JCPenney, Amazon, Macy's, will start a sale on a Wednesday. So because you're here, you get that little fun fact. They normally start a sale on Wednesday. When you think about the Amazon Prime Day that is coming up in October, October 10th and 11th, guess what? It's a Tuesday and a Wednesday. Normally, when Macy's have one-day sales, it's on a Wednesday. Wednesday is a great day to showcase products. So that's why I use November 1st, which is on a Wednesday, for this example. A soft launch, again, is you can just kind of do a special preview for your existing customers. And this is a great way for them to make them feel like they're VIPs, right? So what should you start doing in September? If I want to start launching on November 1st, what do I do in September? September is when you want to start thinking about what is the product? What if I'm a candle maker, what are the scents that I want to showcase for holiday? And then how many of them do I want to sell? If I want to sell 100 candles between November and December, I have to make sure that I have all the raw materials that I need to make those 100 candles. Okay. So I have to make sure that I have cash on hand or either a line of credit to be able to afford what I need to be able to sell. So it's important to do financial projections, and any of our navigator consultants can help you with that. Also think about what is the creative way that you're going to design and package this product. You might have a certain packaging, whether it's a certain bag or a certain box that you do throughout the year, but it's holiday. So you want something that has a little holiday jazz to it. So this in September is the perfect time to start sourcing different suppliers to help you with your packaging. Then if you're putting new product online, let's say you have a Shopify website, this is the time for you to start getting pictures and photos to be able to switch out and showcase it on your landing page on your website. This is also the time in September to start thinking about who it is that you want to hire. Start putting feelers out with your family and friends. You can start posting on Indeed or on Handshake. But the point is to start early. I don't know if you noticed, but Target, Amazon, UPS, Macy's, they have already started promoting that they are hiring for the holidays. Why? Because they want to start early. Also, this is the time in September to start thinking about, where do I want to do pop-up events? So I'm going to be selling my candles at farmers market, but there's an approval process. So in September, I need to already be sourcing where I want to sell those products so that I can fill out whatever application it is that I need. So those are some of the activities that you can do in September. So then what do you do in October? October is where I really like to focus on marketing. When you focus on your marketing strategy, this is when you can start to make your content that you want to put in your newsletter. So let's say for October 1st through the 15th, this is when I'm going to start giving a little sneak peek of my new holiday scents. I'm going to do a little behind the scene reels on social media, letting them know that I'm meeting with my suppliers for this fun new scent. I'm going to start teasing my new fall holiday, like fall in love with this candle, just for a play on the theme of fall season. This is the time when you want to send text messages, start sending email blast out. There was actually, I definitely want to promote this video that is now on our YouTube channel, and Diana's going to put the link to it in the chat. But there was a great video from Emily, who is one of our consultants, that can help you be able to, if you watch the video, oh my gosh, it is chock full of information about how to put information into emails blast out to your consumers that will help you sell more products. It is a great video. I highly, highly, highly recommend it. This is also the time when you can start creating your social media assets. Yes, in October, you can start doing your graphics for Black Friday, for Christmas, for Hanukkah. This is when you can order gift cards. Like if you are a business that has a service-based business, like you're a massage therapist, this is the perfect time in October for you to order those branded gift cards that you have them ready to sell. If you want to launch a loyalty program where people will buy from you and then get rewards, that's a great way to get repeatable business because they get to keep up rewards. You know how you have these apps on your phone where it's like, get a free coffee, get a free this because you've spent so much money. October is a good time to really focus on your marketing strategy as well as update your website. At the end of October, that's when you want to start building that hype. That's when you want to launch your new website that's showcasing your holiday product. That's when you're going to start doing your soft launch. That's when you're going to be posting teasers and sneak peeks about your collection. Update your link tree. If you do like link in bio, just update all the many places that you have for your social media. And then in November 1st, obviously it's launch day, right? So in the midst of November, once you get past kind of launching your new scented candles or whatever it is that you are selling, this is when you want to highlight the unique features of your gift set. So if you're combining products together, let's say that I am, again, Gasoline, I'm going to use you as an example. I am making customized wigs. And for holiday, I have this gift set where they have like a, how they maintain their wigs. So there's the shampoo, the conditioner, a comb, like I put it all together in a scent for holiday, offer it for a great value. This is when you want to start showcasing that product and start selling it. And you've already been teasing it in October, so your clients are waiting for it. You can do countdowns in October on when you're going to start breaking price on these products. So here's the thing. By the time Black Friday rolls around, which is on November 24th, you want to start offering it on sale. And yes, on sale, because during Black Friday, so you have Thanksgiving on the Thursday, Black Friday on Friday, Shop Small Saturday is on Saturday, and then Cyber Monday. It is a huge selling event. But because you're going to be prepared, you already know that. You already know what it is that you want to promote. Maybe there's a bestseller. Like I have these 2 candles, these 2 scents, they're bestsellers. I'm going to promote them for 50% off because I want eyes on my business during the holiday season. And I can say lowest price of the year, 50% off. Or I can say buy one, get one free, right? It's all the same thing. Buy one, get one free is the same as, 50% off. So start really thinking about what is it that your clients are, what are your best sellers? What is it that you sell all the time? Maybe if you are a food vendor, it's your chocolate chip cookies or your red velvet cookies. Offer them at special pricing during the holidays. Prepare for your Black Friday. That is normally where you will be selling at some type of farmer's event or you're selling online. You want to make sure that you are letting your customers know where you're going to be. Don't rely on the traffic, the foot traffic of whatever event, like let's say you're doing a Coral Gables farmers market. Don't just rely on that event. Let people know far enough in advance where you plan to be on Black Friday so they can meet you there and come shop with you. All right. So blasting it out to your customers, that's why it's important for you to get their emails, get their phone numbers. And again, the video that we have in the chat, the link to that video will definitely help you with that. And then by the time you get to December, it's all hands on deck. You've been producing your product, you've been talking about your product with your customers, you've already talked with whoever it is that you want to hire, and we'll talk more about that in part 2. And so now it's time for you to do pop-up events every weekend. I will let you know that on December 23rd, it is the Saturday before Christmas. The Saturday before Christmas is normally for retailers the highest volume Saturday of the year. Many retailers, entrepreneurs are going to sell a lot of product on whatever that Saturday is before Christmas. And it just happens that December 23rd is on a Saturday. So when you think about, there are some people who are celebrating Christmas Eve and they have a big dinner with their family. They're going to be there with their gifts. December 23rd is, maybe you offer free gift wrapping. Maybe you have free gift bags. Maybe you have whatever it is, make it enticing, because December 23rd is going to be a big day for you. Then in January, this is where I would love to talk with, some of my clients about, let's talk about what happened, holiday hindsight, because for you to be prepared for the next holiday, you got to think about what worked, what didn't work, what performed well, what didn't perform well, what do I need to stop making, what did I need more of, what did I sell out of, what suppliers did I do well with. So I always, after every holiday, whether it's Mother's Day, Valentine's Day, I do holiday hindsight with my product clients. All right. So I wanted to provide this for you, just so you know what are some of the big holiday events that are coming up between November and December. So Diwali is India's largest and most important holiday, and it is on November 12th. So if you know anyone that is of Indian descent that is celebrating Diwali, they buy candles. There's a lot of different items that they use. Do a little research on that holiday, but it is called the Festival of Lights. It's celebrated for 5 days. And it starts on November 12th, okay? Then if you are selling to our Jewish community, Hanukkah is actually in December. So December 7th to December 15th, there's 8 nights that they have, and they exchange gifts, large and small. So that is December 7th through the 15th. Christmas Eve, as I said, the Saturday before Christmas is December 23rd, which is a big day to sell. You want to know where you're going to be on December 23rd. But Christmas Eve is on Sunday, December 24th, which is a great day. And then Christmas is actually on Monday, December 25th. So it's on a Monday. And then Kwanzaa starts December 26th, which is an African holiday, through January 1st. So just keep this in mind in regards to where you want to be and what of these holidays are very important. If you have a high Jewish population, maybe you're selling in Aventura, where you want to know December 7th through the 15th, Diwali, November 12th, Christmas Eve, Christmas, all important holidays. So everything that I just talked about, where this little timeline, and again, you can work with me and we can come up with your timeline. I've been doing it with my clients and they absolutely love it. You can then turn it into a checklist. So you can start writing down, what is it that I should be doing from October 1st through the 15th. So your timeline becomes your checklist to keep you on target, to make sure you're doing all of the right activities, right? So all I did was take this and turn it into a checklist. And you can start checking off, because many of us like to have a checklist and check things off of our list to make sure that we are staying on task. Now, I will say one of the most important things, so you can kind of see here, I'll kind of go through this, October 1st through the 15th. Remember I said October is really focusing on your marketing, your email blast. We put the link to the video, what you do at the end of October, assuming that your launch date is November 1st, right? You can make your launch day be whatever. Maybe you want your launch date to be December 1st. You're just going to work yourself back 6 to 8 weeks, okay? And then November 1st to the 23rd, what you're doing, how you're promoting your Black Friday sales, all of that is here. So one of the most important activities during holiday, and I say this by experience, holiday it's intense. There's a lot of moving parts during holiday. it's important for you to care for yourself. You're caring for so many people, your family, your customers. Listen, it's important for you to care for yourself. You cannot think that you're going to work 7 straight days a week for 6 to 8 weeks without having a break, and you're going to be, that is not sustainable. You need to make sure that you build in downtime. If you're doing events on the weekends, you want to build in downtime during the week. Maybe on a Monday, maybe on a Tuesday, just time where you can be with your family. I can't tell you how many holidays I would work 12 to 15-hour days. And then by the time the holidays came, I would be so sick because I had ran myself to exhaustion. I don't want you to do that. One of the most important activities to do is for you to take care of yourself. Then the last thing I want to end with is, and then we'll, put those questions into the Q&A, because I would love to answer some of your questions. After every sale, like you're selling to people, you want to make sure that you are staying in touch with your clients. You want to make sure past holiday, they know how to get in touch with you. Maybe it's a sticker. Maybe it's a QR code. Maybe it's a postcard that you have on the table. Maybe you have a book where you are having them, give you their email address. Whatever it is, take pictures with your clients, share that on social media, create energy around what you've worked so hard doing. But in our next part 2, we're going to talk about how do you find seasonal staffers. Let's talk about how do you sell your product? Are you pricing it right? We're going to talk about that. So I want to make sure that you can register now. Diana, if you put the link for next week's class webinar in the chat, that would be great. So here's your homework. I want you to think about, 1, what is your launch date? When do you want to launch your holiday product? Maybe you hadn't even started thinking about it, and that's why you signed up for this course. What is your launch date? Create a timeline, all right? When you create a timeline of all the different tasks that you need to do, then you can turn that into a checklist. I want you to project out, how much do you expect to sell? Set a goal for yourself. Do you want to sell 20 items? Do you want to sell 50? Do you want to sell 100, 500? It's going to be important because you're going to need to make sure you have the product available to be able to sell. The last thing you want to do is just sell out, and then there's no way for you to get that product in for your customers. And then start buying the inventory, the raw materials that you need. Or if you're going to bundle products together, like if I want to put my pumpkin spice with my cinnamon spice together, I want to make sure that I am buying that inventory and those raw materials now. And most importantly, just get ready to take care of yourself during this holiday season. So for those of you I won't get the opportunity to say happy holidays, this is how you are able to scan the QR code. You can book time with me. Jesus and Diana will make sure that we are connected. But Diana, what questions do we have?
Okay, so we have one question from Raquel, from where we're talking about posting offers, like for example, if you have bundles for products.
Yes.
Asking if you could include some examples for the service industry as well. How could they go about those types of offers?
That's a great question. So I am a business consultant in my own business. It's what I do. And so during holiday, one of the things that I am providing is I'm doing a strategic webinar to help business owners start strategic planning for 2024. But I'm not leaving them there. The offer is I'm also providing them 30 minutes to come and talk about what they learned during the webinar. So there are ways that you can bundle services together so that it's a more lucrative or a more effective offering for your clientele. That's a great question, Raquel.
Thank you. And then we also have another question. How do I get clients to become buyers? They like my content, but are not clicking my link to book.
Oh, okay. Well, I would ask first, they're not clicking your link to book. So if you're on social media, um, are you, is that the only touch point that you have? Are you also sending emails, newsletters to kind of continue to have the conversation? Because when we put things on social media, it's like shouting in a crowded room, right? There's a lot of people on social media and it's like, hey, I'm here. But everybody else is doing that as well. That's on social media. If you're able to send email one-to-one, that email goes right into their inbox. That's a one-to-one conversation that you're able to have with that person. So I would say, are you using social media plus also doing email marketing to them? But I would love to have time with you to just kind of deep dive.
And then we have another question from Olga.
Hi, Olga.
He's asking if do you pay for referrals to her services?
You mean when I was talking about strategic partners, I'm thinking when I was saying that there are people that can refer into your business. That's a great question. It depends on the industry that you are in. So for instance, I have a realtor that is one of my clients. That realtor, if another realtor refers to her, there is an industry standard of a 30% of whatever the commission will be provided realtor to realtor. But not every industry is that way, right? So for the example that I use, if you're a synthetic turf builder, and they refer into your business, either you can say, hey, I'll give you 20% if they decide to actually go with me, or 15%. It just depends on what you want to offer. So you can decide if you can have a strategic partnership, or if you have someone referring directly into your business, then yeah, sometimes based on the industry, it is wise to give a certain percent of that sale, because think about it, you would not have had that sale unless someone referred it to you. So.
Perfect. And one last question. What are ways to go live to talk about the sales for the holiday?
One way to go live is just kind of like, if you have a product that you can demo the product, right? So if I have something that I need to show them how to use it, then you can demo the product online, or you can show your candles, and you can show your candles along with something else, or like, this is why we love this scent, or there's so many ways that you can go live. You can interview someone by going live. Maybe it's a customer that loves your product. You can interview them. Let's say you have a cream that helps with acne. You can go live and show someone how there was a before and after and share that testimonial. So there's many ways that you can, depending on the product that you're selling, that you can go live on Instagram to be able to talk about holiday and get and create hype and get them excited.
Thank you. That's it. We don't have any more questions.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for those questions. Again, help is here. If you're feeling like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do, don't worry. The Navigator program is here until November 30th. You can scan this QR code. I am so glad that each of you are here. I hope to see you next week as we continue this conversation, and I will drop even more gems to get you prepared for holiday. Thank you for being here.